do you have a political stance?
I don't like categorizing everything. That's one of the things that's really frustrating about the current political climate.
Yeah.
Is that it's very polarizing right now. We're moving towards class-based interpretations of the world, and I think it's very dangerous. So I might throw out words that tend to describe me. Like I'll use the words conservative and liberal to describe the spectrum when I'm trying to, like if I talk about an idea and I say, oh, this is a conservative idea that I'm interested in, because generally I probably consider myself more liberal in terms of I'm very high in openness, trade openness, right?
I'm very open too.
I like ideas. I like freedom. I like diversity. Like all those things, those base dispositions based on like being open and agreeable. I'm also agreeable. Yeah. I think that makes me a beta male, high in openness and high in agreeableness.
I'm
but
I'm the same way though, right? Like so, but it doesn't make you, I don't think, beta at all. I think what it makes you do is that it allows you to be able to socially interact with people easier, right? And that allows you to have more.
Well, it's the maternal aspects of the personality.
Yeah, but there is always, like Carl Jung talks about this, the anima and the animus.
Right.
You know, there is the male and the female part
That's
of you.
And feminine,
yeah, there. Everybody does. Like even hormonally, you're not just full of testosterone. Women are just full of estrogen. There is a little bit of estrogen in male, and there's a little bit of testosterone in females. Like you just there is like, and that's the crazy thing about politics. People take one stance. It's like okay, there is great ideas about this end. There's great ideas about this end. Why don't we collaborate and just find something in between and find a harmony?
Right.
Why do we always have to be one or the other? Why does it always have to be this way or that way?
Well, that's the result of ideological indoctrination, right? When you're not actually thinking for yourself, when you're just following this predetermined list of ideas and constructs that you're supposed to agree with, just because you are this, you are a feminist, you are a conservative, you are a liberal, whatever it is. If you're indoctrinated into the ideology, the concept of nuance does not enter your life, because everything is already laid out. You're already does this match my handbook? Nope, it's out. There's no.
You only see your life through a certain pair of glasses, and you don't try any other pairs, and you block yourself off in an isolated world where you think, you perceive it to be who you are, but is nothing of who you are. And when what I mean by that is, like you're not what you're attached to.
Right, you're not your class.
Yeah,
you're not your race.
Exactly.
You're not your gender.
Even
though there are, like, people want to say there's no such thing as gender differences, biological gender differences. Those people can go fuck themselves. It's scientifically proven. It doesn't mean that every female is this and every male is that.
It just means that there is an aspect in all of us that is just not our physical manifestations, not the school we went to, not the car you drive, not like it. There is something.
There are innate sex differences.
Actually, something not below, something above all of that. That there's a similar something between all of us. Right.
And once you get into the what do you call it? By something distribution. I can't remember that name. Where you have two groups that overlap, but the average is still very distinct. So once you get into those groups, the differences between the most masculine man and the least masculine man is gigantic. And the least masculine man falls very far into the criteria of the feminine domain, right? But statistically, there are differences, like between gender, biological gender, identity, right? And sexual orientation. Like these things are highly correlated in science, like upwards of 98%. So that doesn't mean that there aren't individual differences. It doesn't mean that the individual differences of that small percentage is not the thing that actually makes the world interesting, right? Like you can't. It's difficult to have that nuanced conversation now because everything politically based is it's very touchy now. Everything's a hot topic.
Yeah.
And if you say there are innate gender biological differences, all of a sudden you become a misogynist and sexist and racist somehow and all that jazz, you know? Like that's this class-based mentality of as soon as this happens, you're going in this box and that's it. You don't come out because we haven't looked at the details. It's just here's a headline, clickbait. Okay, that's what that person is. You know, an article comes out in the Niagara Standard. Jimmy Hong is a misogynist and, you know, has a picture of you with your hands on one of your clients, like stretching it. You know what I mean? How many people just see that and then fuck that guy? They didn't read anything. They don't know who wrote it, right? So it's very important. That's why when we were discussing the name for this, I wanted to pick Free to Offend.
Yeah.
Our other option that we came down to was Conquering Common Ground.
Yeah.
Which it's okay, but I don't think it has the same political punch. That Free to Offend. Not that I'm largely political.
Yeah.
But free speech is very important. That's what this is, right?
Yeah.
That's
so
what
us just talking, right?
Yeah.
Talking about
True,
what we want to talk about.
Authentic free speech is like it's the reason why we've been introduced to all these amazing podcasts because it was the alternative of the mainstream disingenuous ideological
told
garbage, right?
What you have to be.
Right.
You know, but whereas some of the people we mentioned in the podcast are people who tell you that you make yourself what you want to be.
They display an array of facts
and
give you a couple tools here and there on how to make your own decisions. But like everybody that you and I know really respect, that's like their foundation is that I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you this is what I think I know, and I would like to expose it to you, and maybe some of these things will help you along the way.